Look at you're glowing.
Look at that gorgeous auburn hair we have happening.
I'm trying to find a good angle so that I'm not drowning in sunlight.
Where are you?
At home.
At home?
North Carolina.
You're not going back to New York quite yet?
We're going back tomorrow.
Okay.
Just because we want to get there sooner than later.
Yeah.
How are you? You good?
Good. I'm in the middle of a field in Texas because we don't get very good service at my farmhouse.
Are you serious? Wow.
So, yeah. I'm so happy to be talking to you.
I know. It's good to see your face. I'm glad you look really well.
Thanks. You do too. So we had one of these with Caitlin earlier this week, and basically we were like, so how are we doing? How has it been?
Yeah.
How have you, how's it been for you? Because you left, the day before everything shook down.
Yeah, we had holidays, so we left Wednesday evening, actually, to beat the Thursday traffic, and then we had one normal day of a holiday.
Yeah.
And then on the Friday, the Thursday, literally the day after, we found out that everything was shutting down. So we made it to Kentucky and saw family there, and it started to really just kind of take everything, all the nice juicy sweetness out of life in our holiday. And then we got here on Saturday, and then everything started shutting off. So we've been trying to find the best time to go back, but it's been nutso.
It's been crazy. How have you been? Keeping your spirits up and just self-care and all of that?
Honestly, being with my family has helped tremendously. It gives me massive anxiety because I obviously don't want to be around my family in this time. I don't want to be a carrier, but I don't know. I'm grateful to be going back tomorrow because I don't want to be. I don't want to be a carrier. That's going to take a whole load off my chest once we go back.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's been kind of weird to be removed. We left. Yeah. We left last Friday. Mm-hmm. It's been really strange to be not in New York.
Yeah.
And I don't know who's tuning in from. I feel like we have people tuning in from everywhere. But I'm not sure how it's been for everyone, based on where they are. But it seems like the cities are more difficult to be in, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, we're trying to follow as best we can with what New York is like.
Right.
But most of our friends got out, so most are upstate or back home with family, so we don't really have a good gauge. But from a productivity sense, it's best for us to go back and we have all of our stuff and think that I can write music and I can write there. I don't really have any of those outlets here, but my family is great to be with them, for sure.
Yeah, good. I wanted to have a conversation with anyone who's a conversation with you to share with anyone who hasn't checked out the workshop and doesn't really know that that's available right now. Do you want to explain a little bit about what it is and how we created it and
yeah, I'm very grateful that
it's been inspiring to see a lot of people who are doing it right now as everyone is cooped up in their apartments and in their homes, and it's been super cool to see people doing it. And there are certain days that are seeming to be resonating a lot with people.
I see that
here. Yeah, totally. Do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Well, I'm just grateful in the beginning that we got it on its feet, because I remember the first kind of meeting about just opening up and all. That was crazy. That was so long ago. But it's such a blessing to have it done, and honestly, now I have the time. I kind of want to do it myself. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Now that I have the time,
yes.
myself. But yeah, I think it's been.
I'm doing it And then someone says, how do we... Yeah, I love, like, people are saying, especially being home. Totally. So, like, logistically, just explaining it to you guys kind of what it is. It's an 11-day workshop that Eva and I created. And it's all Eva's tools and insight and wisdom into finding your inner voice. And that's what it's called. And so you can go on fitforbroadway.com and you just like click the first thing that you see, which is like Eva's face and a little button. And that will take you to a page that outlines what is inside the workshop and what it even gives like a day-to-day outline. But it's been interesting because it's also like, we talked about this really early on, is like that we built it in a way that isn't like one and done, that you can really dive and you can like continue practicing and going through days that you really resonate with. We were even talking about earlier, I would love to share a little bit more context about the Color Your Emotions Day. And I want to send that out as like a share that everyone could do now. But do you want to explain a little bit about that day?
Yeah. Oh, that was honestly... that was something very new to me. Like, you know, us really going through that chapter, I remember being like, I want to have like the right meaty answers and kind of materials for everyone to use, because I'd really only used that technique of waking up and almost envisioning a blank canvas. And then with whatever emotions that I tied to different colors, like actual colors, and it's not just the color wheel, but like any color you could possibly imagine, even if it's like anger is a color to you, it doesn't matter. It's more emotive based. I just thought, despite, you know, what I might feel throughout the day, I always have control of the canvas, and I always have control of the paintbrush. And even if I don't have control of the colors, sometimes I might emote. At the end of the day, it's still a pretty picture. So, and I think that's, for me, helpful a little bit, you know, being not isolated yet because my family's here, but it's just, I feel like it's a helpful tool for people to use, because you're constantly reminded that you have the power and you have the tools and you have everything you need.
Yeah, it's been interesting because I feel like, I don't know how it's been for you, but like for me and for a lot of the people in our community that I've talked to, like the range of emotions during this time has been insane. It's like 1 minute I'm laughing and happy, and the next minute I'm crying, and the next minute I'm really super fearful, and then the next minute I'm like laughing at some meme that was made. Like, it's just like such a roller coaster. And so I think that like that day I wanted to share especially, and like over the weekend we'll share on our kind of like an exercise that everyone can do, whether or not you're in the workshop or not, to kind of like share what colors and emotions you're feeling. Because like I thought it was so beautiful in the workshop, you talk about like, even if you feel like your day is like black or brown or like these colors that we don't like think are like bright and happy, it's like there's still part of like your experience, and it's still part of like your painting that you're making. And
exactly. And if anything, it's almost like a patchwork quilt. Like, you think of all the time and energy spent in making each patch, because each patch was originally part of the same pattern, just a bigger stint of that. And you think of when somebody makes a homemade patch quilt, it's, you know, collecting a bunch of pieces, random miscellaneous but beautiful pieces to make one big quilt. And it's kind of like, that's the end product, you know. This stage right now, the coronavirus stage, is not the end product. It's just it's going to be a patch. But, you know, that's another way to look at it. Of there is a bigger picture, and maybe you're working on corners of the painting, and maybe you're working on, you know, other things. But it doesn't have to be finalized and finished. It's another nice thing to think about, the color thing. Like any emotion that's not final, that doesn't define anything. It's just what happened, and that's, you know, that's life regardless. But it's nice to know that we're not defined by that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm like, I see a few questions, and I think some people are popping in to answer them. So it's online. It's not free. But Sally is chamming it. She's like, but totally worth it.
Thanks,
but
Sally.
Yeah, but we also want to, we're setting up right now, we're going to have a different payment structure because we know that right now a lot of people are like not able to pay $68 up front. And so we're actually going to have available either tonight or tomorrow, we're just setting it up that you can do a payment plan. And so you don't have to pay all at once. You can like span it out over a bit of time. So hopefully that will help a few people. But yeah, I would encourage like check out the landing page. For those of you who are like chiming in now, it's fitforbroadway.com, and if you click on the little button by Eva's face at the very top, I think it's learn more about the workshop, finding your inner voice. If you click on that, able to like really understand what's inside the workshop, and you'll also be able to see some shares from different people who have already been through it and kind of understand like what they have taken away from it and what's been valuable to them. So yeah, and you can always reach out to us if you have questions about like discount codes or all of that. Julia's so sweet. She's like, best money I've ever spent. It's worth every dollar. That's really, so know that you all can, like anyone who's chiming in, if you have more questions and want to know more or are interested in that payment plan or any of that, you can always email us. So the best email for that is workshops@fitforbroadway.com, or you can hop on the website and contact us there. But yeah, I mean, how have you been using any of those, like any of the tools that you use inside the workshop during this time, like gratitude or like your like grounding exercises and things like that?
A lot of breathing exercises, Jane. A lot of breathing exercises, a lot of I put up a tweet the other day and I was like, man, it really makes you think, this period now really makes you think what I was grateful for and what I was refusing to acknowledge to be grateful for, because it's easy sometimes in life when we get so used to living. It's we kind of take that for granted sometimes, and especially now when like literally we don't know shit, like we don't know anything and we don't know what's going to happen. That's really no different though for normal life, because you don't know if somebody can be in perfect health and not realize that something's around the corner. But I always like the phrase, it's not the action, it's the reaction. And I really do truly believe in that. So the breathing exercise, holy crap, man. Like all the times I was having like panic attacks in the car and like on the way to other destinations, going like, what are we doing? Like we're in the apocalypse, like freaking out. And other times where I'm just like surrounded by my family and my loved ones, and I'm going, man, this is a fire under my ass for what I would like to do constantly and consistently when everything's normal, when I'm able to go see my friends. Who do I really want to send my energy to? Do I really want to go for all those coffee dates with people that I know don't have my best interests at heart? And like your time's worth a lot more, and this is the opportunity to kind of cut that fat off of what is distracting you, I guess, from the ultimate goal.
Yeah, 100%. Do you how has it been? I mean, talking with your cast and all of that.
Yeah.
Is everyone just trying to stay grounded and like hopeful? And
the beautiful thing about the community, like look, sorry, there's a wasp. The beautiful thing about the theater community is that obviously it sucks to not go to work, let alone like see people, because our job is literally togetherness.
Yes.
There's not one single lead that can just lead. It's a company. It's an ensemble. It's a cast, a family. Especially with Hadestown, I feel. I mean, not especially. I mean, every cast is like that, but I feel like that with my cast because I'm not shit without the ensemble. Yeah. We're all so strong. We're so much stronger together. So there's all. I said, somebody asked me the other day. I think they were like, are you guys like rehearsing lines over Skype? I really miss my castmate. And I'm like, it's bigger than that. This is a bigger issue. We don't have a job, and we're trying our best to, the most creative we can be now in our times of our time that we truly have. Yeah. I mean, imagine after this period of being stuck in our houses, how on fire we're all going to be to actually use our bodies as a whole and go do incredible stuff and talk about incredible things and go, hey, pre-coronavirus, I remember always waking up and wasting my energy on things that didn't matter. I'm going to flip that around and turn that into something powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I really do miss that show. It sucks. It's sucking for everyone.
Yeah, it's such a strange time, but I totally resonate with what you're saying in the sense of, like, we have to use this time to reflect. We have to use this time to, like, evaluate, like, what is really, like, meaningful to us in this time and life. And it's just, and, like, that we're having to lean on each other so much, you know, and just, like,
so much. But also thank God for technology, because without that, I wouldn't be able to check in with you. You wouldn't be able to check in with me now, and I wouldn't be able to text the cast and say, "Hey guys, how is everyone doing?" And honestly, I'm trying to do a challenge where I finish my album, and I want to take a picture and a video a day.
Love that.
That's what I'm trying to do. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Someone asked, what is the best thing we can currently do to support performers besides signing petitions? Do you have any?
Honestly, the only thing besides, it's a hard time for everybody. I know 90% of the people I know have lost their jobs and without pay. Except for Circuit Old Navy and Vans. Good for you. You have not lost your job without pay. So good for you. But what I think is helpful is you can donate. If you can't, actorsfund.org. They're currently accepting donations for this kind of relief fund. It's just it's like a nice little comfort blanket knowing that the Actors Fund is always going to be there. And we had just started doing bucket collections for Broadway Cares. Before we left, so it's kind of nuts. But that's all now. Other than signing the petition, I signed twice under my legal name and my stage name. Yeah. Pay me, please.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So crazy.
It's crazy.
Would you want to lead the grounding exercise, or like a brief kind of just like a send off for everyone to?
Absolutely. If everyone's up for it right now, let's fucking do it.
I'm up for it.
Where are you, Jane? Are you in the car? Are you going in circles?
I'm in a car. And I've had two people come up on the side of me and be like,
they're like, we don't do this in Texas.
I'm in front of this like cast iron like farm gate. Please, ground us.
Right. So everybody, I'm going to do this too. And I get very self-conscious people looking at me with my eyes closed. So this is a good exercise for me as well. Everybody close your eyes, and I want everyone to breathe in and count to 8. That is a lucky number for me today. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it in your lungs. Really feel it sitting in your chest and in your diaphragm. And I want you to think of the stresses that you're feeling right now in this moment of life with everything crazy going on, and let it out. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And try not to take a breath for a second. And I want you to hold on to any intention that you would like to use to step forward with the rest of your day that you have, because the rest of the day you have is a blessing, and that is your start of gratitude for right now. We're all going to be fine as long as we're doing our best to stay healthy and protect ourselves and protect our sanity as much as we can, which is obviously not promised and not guaranteed. The trying part is the most important part. So with everyone's eyes closed, I just want to send my any kind of electric, radiant, positive, energetic optimistic shock to you through this telephone or whatever device you're using, because I need that right in my butt. I need like a big shot of that in my body right now, of positivity. And wherever you are, Jade and I are extending our absolute gratitude that you guys joined us today. I used to really think that having gratitude was a joke until I hit bottom way too many times, and I just kind of tired myself out. So I'm sending you guys, all of you guys, love. Please take care of yourselves. Drink a lot of water and take your vitamins and say a prayer, because, man, it's kind of slapping us in the face with the things that we should really be doing every day and really loving on every day, including people and including yourself.
Yes.
And more important.
Totally. So we'll sign off.
Now I have to go to the bathroom. I have to pee now because I sent everything down.
If y'all want to check out Eva's workshop, if you're just tuning in, we'll say it one last time. It's on our site, so just go to fitforbroadway.com and then click on her link for the workshop, and you can check out like what's inside. Is a great way to continue like doing the well-being and the personal development and like caring for yourself during this time. So check it out.
Yes.
And reach out with any questions.
But also remembering too, it's okay to have